sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. It's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do it. On the double. Chopper!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Hey, 7.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Gets through, and now an opening. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Defensively, you give up the big chunk play there on the ground. Now they really have to bow up.
They certainly do, but I know how offensive linemen think. They don't care that the defense is going to bow up. They want to dominate them. They want to get into the end zone first and have the running back follow them. That's how they want to cap.
And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Well, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, touchdown LA. James White, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now this one complete to Corey Davis.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. This is Breida. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
But he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
21.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some change? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Garoppolo. It's caught by Davis. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo completes it to Davis. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait until the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. Garoppolo now. They will find Davis. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now Garoppolo. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Three red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
This fielded at the 2. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They start to drive with Wright. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. On second down, they'll run with White. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. They got a man. It's Woods. 20, 10, touchdown L.A. Robert Woods, 76 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
They've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 33 and a first. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Max Crosby. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's take it at around the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Here we go,
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Garoppolo gets this one left side to Pettis. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Garoppolo now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, 5, and oh so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play that time for the Rams. 73 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Pass complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. To throw is Garoppolo. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Garoppolo looks to throw. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 19 yards away, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch up. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in the route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. On first down, Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, 29 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Solomon Thomas picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Max Crosby in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear
by the time we have to leave the booth. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. This one caught by Davis. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone. And I believe he likes it.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set, 30 base. 54, right, 54. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Now.
Now that'll be caught by Cup. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch out.
On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Max Crosby, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Max Crosby drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
21. Here we go.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. He's got it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From 19 yards away. As his guys continue to pour it on. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier now, and he's going to go down again. Solomon Thomas able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. But so far, solid, and we're still in the 3rd quarter.
And there's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. There's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
We'll try to make it more here on this drive. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On 2nd down and 4, Garoppolo. He'll get this one complete to Davis. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a 1st down. Garoppolo.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? There's Garoppolo to throw. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis. He flat out can't be stopped as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gould with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run with White, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. That's pulled in at the 32. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. Wait, 80! Watch the slant. Out. Switch. 11.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy."
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis finding the end zone yet again as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here I come.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to Davis. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Garoppolo on 1st down. It's caught by Davis. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis. He flat out can't be stopped as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Max Crosby in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Max Crosby. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Garoppolo now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
This is going to sound crazy, but that type of a carry, big-time run, actually brings a high and a low to it. The high, of course, is the run. But the low, he didn't quite get to the end zone, just short of the pylon. What do you think he's doing in the huddle right now? Guaranteed he's locked.
And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis finding the end zone yet again as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't come.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now, this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Garoppolo now, first down throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the draw, here's White. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Garoppolo looking to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. On first down, Coleman. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
65. Hey, Zoo. 12, fellas. Here we go. Switch. Kill.
Now Garoppolo. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot. And now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Here comes the Rams punter now. He's been terrific so far. Now whistles here. And they might have been a little too fired up to go after the punter. So a 5-yard swing, but still fourth down.
You just wonder if the punt team used up something there that they didn't need to, right? Draw them off sides, but it still doesn't get them a first down. I used that one on 4th and 5 or less.
Encroachment, defense.
File that under the heading of catastrophe there.
No doubt about it. You're about to get the ball back, and yet you can't hold your water. End up jumping, and now you give them a first down.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.